Good evening, everyone, and I just wanted to share with you my skincare routine for in the mornings. I'm not really sure how everybody does theirs, but this is just how I do mine. And knowing that I have taken my shower and washed my face with my nighttime routine, when I wake up in the morning, I know that I pretty much have a relatively clean face other than just the dead cells that have respirated over the night. So for that, typical cleaning is a light cleaning. I like to use facial wipes. I usually use Equate brand or anything that I find from the Dollar Tree. They have some facial wipes. These are from Walgreens. I also use the micellar water face wipes from Trader Joe's. So it's whatever facial cleansers in wipe form that you have is what you would use, because I'm a firm advocate of using what you have. So I just take one of my wipes and I just clean my face, and I go in an upward circular motion. And the reason for that is because I know that my face is relatively clean except for the dead cells except for the cells that died last night that have come to the forefront of my face. So I want to kind of sort of exfoliate that, but not too deeply. So that's the reason why I do it in a circular motion and clean my face. And then when I do my under eyes, I take my ring finger and just slip it around the corner and slowly and gently clean underneath my eye, because that area is very delicate and you do not want to cause any unnecessary pulling or wrinkling of the skin. And I always go inward. I don't pull outward because that's where your wrinkles are, and you don't want to work with gravity on pulling your face down. You actually want to work against gravity, so you want to pull that skin up. So that's the reason why I do that. And then the same thing for my neck. I go in an upward motion. And you can also do it in an upward motion circularly if you choose, but that's how I do it. And so that goes into the trash. And next, I'll show you how I continue my routine. Okay, so after I've used the face wipe to wipe my face, I like to work on my lips, and I do a quick lip scrub. And this is a DIY lip scrub that I actually made, and it is a lemonade flavor, like pink lemonade flavor. And I've done a tutorial on this. I'm not sure if I've uploaded it by the time I've done this particular upload, but if you want to see that tutorial, then just let me know down in the comments. So I just take a little bit of my scrub. I do not, and I repeat, I do not stick my fingers in this because you don't want to contaminate it. So you can use one of those disposable scoops that they have for makeup that you can pick up at the makeup counter. I like to use a Q-tip and just take out enough for my lips on the Q-tip and close my container. I just dropped it. Close my container back, and then I just take it and apply it. And then I use my fingers to go ahead and scrub. And this is edible, just to let you know. It's a nice lip scrub that's sugar based, so it's not going to harm you if you get any in your lips. They're inside your mouth. And you just go in circular motions to your lips, paying special attention right to the rim of your lip. At least that's what I like to do, because you know, sometimes we get blackheads there. So this just really helps. And then once I'm done, I take a cotton ball and a little bit of water, and I just spray it and just take it and wipe it off. And then all you have to do is moisturize your lips. And for that, you can use a lip balm, a lip cream, whatever it is that you particularly like to use for your moisturization of your lips. So what I actually like to use is good old-fashioned Vaseline. So on the other end of my Q-tip that I used for my lip scrub, I just take it and dip into my little Vaseline get a smidge amount, and I always close up my vessels because here in Texas, everything gets dusty. You know, there are things in the air, so I don't want to contaminate anything that I have. So that's the reason why I don't dip into it. And as soon as I get what I need, I close it right back up. But you're welcome to do whatever it is that you like to do. So I'm just going to put on my Vaseline. And now I have moisturized lips. And now I can actually work on my face. So what I like to do after I use the towel on my face, if I'm using the Trader Joe's micellar water infused wipes, then I don't have to do this step. But if I didn't have that one, I use my micellar water that you can pick up at Ulta, Sephora, the grocery store. Lots of different brands now have micellar water. And I just go ahead and run that over my face as well to take out any extra impurities that I may have on my skin due to not cleaning it properly, or, you know, our skins are always sloughing off. So this is just an extra protection to make sure that you're extra clean. That's all. Then I flip it over, and again, I slowly work inward and upward under my eyes. And so then I chunk that. So that's done. The next thing I like to do is I like to go ahead and tone my face. And after I tone my face, I use a serum. And after I use my serum, I use a moisturizer. That's the way that I do it. Now, the toner I particularly like to use is this, it's Tonique, it's Estee Lancome. I use that because it's really creamy, and I have dry skin. I never had a problem with oily skin. I could never identify with most of my friends in high school because they were all oily, and I couldn't comprehend that. I had normal skin, but as I've aged, it's become dry in certain areas, and I have eczema. So now I still can't relate to them on some things, but now I can definitely relate to skin problems because I'm actually having a bout of acne. I don't know if you can see those two there, but you know, like I like to call them period pimples. But I'm having adult onset issues with skin as far as acne is concerned. So I'll do that. And then I'll just let the toner dry down just a little bit. And then after the toner, I will go ahead and I will use my serum. And the serum that I'll be using is the Algenist Genius. And it is the ultimate anti-aging vitamin C serum. So that's what I'm going to be using today. So again, I go through a lot of cotton balls, cotton rounds, and Q-tips. Because I just try and keep everything as clean and sanitary as possible. And so I'm just applying my serum onto my face, and I like to do that in a patting motion. You could rub it if you want to, but I just choose to pat. You know, with all of the cleaning, you seem to not necessarily agitate the skin, but for some people it can be agitating. So that's why I like to pat. And then I'll flip it over on the other side and do a pump for my neck. You do not want to neglect your neck, ladies, especially as we age. You just don't want to do it. Anything that we can do to help slow it down, minimize wrinkles and such, we want to do. And so that's the reason why I pat it into my skin. And so now I allow my skin to go ahead and to absorb that in. And once that absorbs in, I go in with my moisturizer. So like after my toner, then I go in and I do my moisturizer. And so what I like to use sometimes for my moisturizer, it changes based on the season, because in the winter time I'll need something heavier and thicker than I will in the summertime. Now there are those of us with really dry skin that you need something thick all the time, but particularly for me, because I have eczema, really in the winter time is a major time where I need a thicker cream. And so if some of you are my age or older, you'll remember back in the day you had Ambi and you had Artra. Now it was really hard to find Artra right nowadays, but that was like my go-to as a teenager to use, because I did have issues with, you know, my period pimples. I always popped them. They always left hyperpigmentation, and my skin just doesn't appear even. Even now, to me, it doesn't appear even. So whenever I have that issue, like here, you can tell I had a couple of blemishes. Here are 2 new ones that have popped up. And so eventually they're gonna hyperpigmentate once I go ahead and I let them finish coming to a head, and I go ahead and burst those. But for moisturization today, I'm gonna use the overnight cream. And even though this is daytime, I still like this particular cream because to me it's lightweight. It's not as thick as a heavy cream like this, the Ambi or the Artra or any other night creams that you have that are like in a jar. They're really heavy creams. But this one seems to me to be a little bit light when you put it on your face. And I just feel like you don't have to just use a wrinkle cream at night. We want to prevent wrinkles. Maybe for somebody that's in their 20s or 30s, that would be okay, making sure you use a product such as this just at night. But I use it during the daytime. And also, Belief makes an Aqua Bomb. Beautiful, very hydrating moisturizer, which I like to use that too, especially if I'm getting ready to do my makeup. I'll use that one. But if it's just me doing a nice skin regimen and I'm going to be barefaced, which is most of the time, then I'll use something that's going to help me out basically round the clock. So I take my Q-tip and I just dip in. And this would be perfect for you to use those spatulas if you can find them in your beauty supply store, or if you can order them online, or you can get them at the counter whenever you go and get your beauty care items. But I just go ahead and apply my moisturizer after my toner. And I know that I need lots of it, and I can carry it down onto my neck. And I just apply it again in circular motions. That's just what I'm used to. So that's what I do with my cream. My serums, it's more important to me to make sure that I push them into the skin, and that's another reason why I do the patting motion. I like to push them into my skin. And you see I am avoiding that tender area under the eye. And that's because there's a special cream that I use for that. And so that will be what I show you next, after I completely close up my products. Now, what I like to use for my eye cream, which this is a very small container. I think this is like a trial size, but it's called Eyes It's Potent, and it's by Benefits. And it's so cute. It comes in this little bitty jar. So on the opposite end of where I put my moisturizer, I go in with the Q-tip and I get just a little, and I will dot that underneath my eyes. And with the Q-tip, you can use your finger, but I have a pretty much light enough hand that I can use the end of the Q-tip, which is what I prefer to do, and then I just work that right around and underneath in a patting motion, almost like stippling, underneath my eye and up towards my eye, and I let that absorb. Then the next thing that I like to do, and it's my final step, is sunscreen. For us women of color, for years we have thought we don't need sunscreen. You know, we're melaninly blessed, therefore we don't need sunscreen, and that is so very far from the truth. And me personally, I have been on the quest for the perfect sunscreen. I'm still on that quest for the perfect sunscreen that doesn't leave me ashy. I do like the mineral sunscreens over the chemical sunscreens, but the mineral sunscreens with the zinc in it unfortunately tend to be the ones that leave me ashy. So I am going to be trying for the first time today a new sunscreen that I picked up at Ulta, and it is the Murad Invisiblur, what does that say? Murad Invisiblur Protecting Shield, and it has an SPF of 30. So we're going to try that today, and hopefully this is really, really good, especially for the price that you pay for it. But anyway, this is one that you need to massage over your face and neck and chest, and it can be applied under makeup or you can wear it alone. Obviously I'll be wearing it alone. So I'm just going to attempt to pump this. It twists and you just give yourself a pump. Okay. Okay, wow. If you guys can see that, it's really, really light in appearance. So I'm just gonna rub that together and apply that on my face. Oh wow. This feels very, very slick, like it's silicone based. Huh. Feels very good. And it seems like a little goes a long way. This is just 2 pumps, and I've completed my face and my neck, and it appears to absorb really quickly. This might be a new favorite. We'll see. I'll definitely do an update on this if that sounds like something you guys would want to see. So let me just place this over here, and that's it. As far as my skincare goes, my skin looks relatively good except for the 2 visitors that I have, but they'll be gone shortly. And if there is anything else that you guys have questions about, please put it down in the comments below. I would love to check out products for you guys that you're curious about, knowing about for our mature skin. Just put it down in the comments below, and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.